Hey guys, McReaps here and welcome back to another episode of How To with me, McReaps. This is how to do the recording things with the software that you have on your computer. Well, that's a catchier title than last time, but we still got to work on it, I think. Today we're going to be looking at Dxtory, and this is part of the little mini-series, I guess, of all the different software that I use and the settings that I use within that software. Now, it was Crimp Games that asked me to put up what I'm using to record my footage. So blame him for all this madness and for me going insane. I've got a lot of links for Dxtory. I'm going to pop them all down in the description. Starting with this one here, it's lovely. Where to get it. Got to go buy it. This one isn't a freebie, guys. There is methods out there to get it for free, but I don't condone those. It's worth the £20. Just do it. Just go steal mum's purse and buy it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my god. Channel's never going to get anywhere with advice like that. Come on, Reaps. Anyway, I'm going slightly insane. It's 5 AM. I'm racking my brain. Link for the actual Dxtory is down in the description. Then you want to go here and grab this codec, Lagarith lossless codec. Insanely good quality, insanely big file sizes. So use it with care. Go grab it. It's very nice. And also the Commissar X264 VFW version 2273. Grab these, either the 32-bit or the 64-bit. Choose your poison, grab all of that stuff, and come with me on a little adventure. This is Dxtory. This used to be my favourite recording software, and for quality wise, it still is my favourite. If I was just recording something, I don't know, if I was recording something and I needed it to be as good as it could be, I would use this. Simply because the quality, you can get lossless, which is, it's just like looking at the screen again. It's like actually playing the game when you watch it back. The only downside to it is like maybe 2 minutes of footage is about 5 gig. So yeah, not exactly the nicest file size. But there's different codecs, as you will soon see, and you can do different things with it, which is pretty nice. So let me just show you the pros. The cons are obviously huge file size. It's not free, you have to buy it, and it can be a little bit finicky to set up. The pros are, there's quite a few actually, so we'll go through them. First thing you need to do though, if you do go grab this and you're still planning to use OBS to stream, which you can actually capture the screen with Dxtory and then use that as a direct input source, like a webcam type deal, and pick that up on OBS, which is a nice way to let Dxtory do the encoding with the lossless and get really high quality local recordings, but then have OBS do its thing and stream it to Twitch for you at a much at a reduced level, basically. That's one thing it's good for. For that to happen, you have to go to ignore settings. So hit ignore settings and just hit the plus sign. Browse through your file system so you get the OBS exec files. Add them in there. That'll just stop conflicts between OBS and Dxtory. Next, this is a tab you don't need to really worry about. It just shows your FPS in the corner if you want it to. You don't have to. It shows the file write speed next to the FPS when it's recorded. Again, you don't have to, but it is useful just to monitor where your bottlenecks are happening. You'll find with some of the lossless stuff, if you're doing 1080p 60 FPS and it's lossless, it's huge amounts of bandwidth that it's using. It's like bitrate, sorry, not bandwidth. It's huge amounts of bitrate, and your hard drive might be the bottleneck. So to find out how your hard drive's going to cope, you can just add a new hard drive in here. Do a quick test, a little benchmark test. It's default at 1000, so we'll go do that really quickly. And what we're going to get, oh, nowhere near 197. It's getting slower. Jesus. Okay, I started off at 210. I'm down to 174. I'm not going to do it again. I'll be at minus shortly. I'll stick this on and shit'll get deleted off my drive. Anyway, in here is also where you put your recording folder path directory. Okay, obviously I'm only recording 1080p at 60 FPS with Dxtory now, so I've got folders named accordingly. It pays to keep it all in order, right? Next is your hotkeys. How do you start it? How do you take screenshots? And there's all different little things there. It's all self-explanatory. This is where the magic happens. This is where the voodoo's at. So your frame rate, you can record in 120 FPS. Good luck with that. So it is kind of future-proof, which would be great. Maybe in 10, 15 years, YouTube will let us actually view videos at 120 FPS. But for now, we're up to 60, not doing too bad. And I use the lossless codec. The file sizes are gigantic. Click the little pliers to go into the settings. I enable null frames just so I can edit it. I do YV12. I'm not sure why. I think I should be on YUY2, but maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Pretty sure it's YUY2. I use multi-threading and I don't prevent upsampling. I don't suggest RGB for output. No thank you. And that's that setup. Lagrange lossless codec. Once you've got it installed, it'll appear in the drop down. By default, it'll be on Dxtory. Just choose your lossless and away you go. Scaling, you can either have it to 100%, which will go to whatever the thing it's hooked into. So if it's hooked into a game that's running this crazy screen res because it's a window game, it'll record at that. So I just ignore that completely and I record my entire desktop. Put my game to full screen and you're good. Audio, this is where it really shines. You can add, I don't know how many it is you can add. 8. That's ridiculous. You can add 8 audio streams. I don't know why you ever would, but the good thing is like you can add your microphone, which is here. You can turn the volume up and down, you can mute it, you can have a push to talk if you like. You can record the sounds that are coming into the headphones. So for example, if you've got TeamSpeak going or anything, you can have those come directly to the headset and record all of that. And then you can record all of the other audio, all the stuff that goes to the stereo mix. So by default, this is my main thing, my default device. So all my game sound and everything is getting recorded here. My mic is getting recorded here, and my all the shit that I send to my headset, like Skype and TeamSpeak and stuff where somebody can just completely ruin your recording by being, I don't know, just vulgar or something like that. Hey, the people you hang around with, right? They might say something inappropriate when you're playing a Lego game, for example. And you don't want to tell Gandalf to go fuck himself, because that wouldn't come across very nicely to the young ones that are watching your Let's Play of Lego, would it? Now, not like that's ever happened, but it's happened. So this is why Dxtory is a godsend. And I'll show you in a second why that is. These are all recorded on individual tracks, and you can delete whichever one you want, you can cut whichever one you want. When you're editing, it'll be on 3 separate tracks, which is perfect for getting rid of them little moments when things like that happen. Then you've got all these other settings. I don't really mess with the screenshots, but a lot of people do. You can actually force it to use the the right amount of threads. I always set this to max. I don't know why you'd ever set it to just using one processing core. I don't know. If you're using SLI or Crossfire, enable the multi-GPU. There's a lot of nice little features here. Just take a look through them, add what you need. I don't need anything, I've just limited the video to 60 FPS, but I've not put a check mark in it, because why? It's limited anyway, because of VSync. What else have we got? I think that's literally it, Dxtory in a nutshell. What I'll do is I'll show you the file sizes in another video, and I'll show you how to extract the different audio streams. But for Dxtory, that's my settings. I'll quickly show you the other codec. So Lagarith lossless, huge file size, great quality. If space isn't an issue, then go with this. If hard drive speed isn't an issue, go with this. If your hard drive speed is an issue and your bottleneck is on your hard drive and file sizes are just way too big, then the X264 is definitely the route to go. Go into the settings here, and you can, it's basically like OBS when you're using the X264 mode. One will give you lossless quality and huge file sizes. 51 will give you the worst quality you've ever seen in your life. It'll make Minecraft look like Crisis. So you want to set around about, again, anywhere from 15 to 20. It'll be fairly decent quality. I've gone 14 just to test it, but quality is pretty good. In fact, quality is very good. File sizes for, like, for example, a 2 gig video, a 2-minute video with the lossless is almost 6 gig. A 2-minute video with this one at these settings is, I think, 1.5 or 1.9 gig. So it's still a big file, but in comparison to the lossless, it's like 55% less. Something like that. Excuse me. So in here I have key interval 1, and that is just so it plays nice in Vegas. Premiere Pro doesn't seem to have a problem with or without this, but in Vegas I get a lot of timeline errors when I don't have the key interval set to 1. So that's my settings for that. And again, those codecs, you can grab them from the links down in the description. Don't forget, always take a look at the description, guys. I put all of the materials, all the important materials, all the links, everything that you need to go and get will be down in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this helped you. If it did, leave a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next episode, which is probably going to be Shadow Play, which will be all of 3 minutes. So have fun watching that.